I'm feeling a little more confident in my own skin. Yeah, I think I'm authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can love me, you can hate me, but you can't ignore me now. The badass with a good ass. How can I forget Sunny?
But you said Sunny Deol immediately.
I remember Balwant Rai, I remember Amrish Puri's face. No, what is that film of his? Oh God, I'm terrible with films.
For all film-related interviews, reviews and content, please like and subscribe to Pooja Talwar. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram.
The inimitable Shilpa Shetty. What I like about the fact is a Shetty playing a Shetty in a movie by a Shetty, and she's also the first female cop in his testosterone-driven cop universe.
Yes, oh gosh, that's me.
But what was it like, because I'm loving the badass avatar. I like a woman who can seriously kick some serious butt, which you're doing so. So how did this happen? I mean, come about, because I'm sure he had earlier, must have thought about a male protagonist playing this character. And there you have Tara Shetty.
Well, I got to hear of that very recently. And I always wondered how the character of Tara is so masculine. Actually, the only feminine aspect of her, about her is the fact that she has long hair and maybe, she's cool, but she's really tough and gritty, and even the way she reacts, she's not someone. When you face indignity or if you're upset, women react a certain way. They won't, get to blows. But the character of Tara is such that when Sid kind of crosses the line with her, she actually goes to punch him. And as you might have noticed in the trailer, I just love that aspect, and I love the fact that Rohit treated the character like the character without any gender bias. Yeah. And that's a compliment, to him.
But also, is it very liberating for you? Because, you come from a time where you were our chura ke, dil mera girl. But the thing was, I'm sure also as an actor, you wanted to maybe explore the many layers and dimensions. But sometimes your gender came in the way and also you looked a certain way. Do you think now it's a little more liberating because you played a cop before? But here she just is a cop, irrespective of her being male or female. She's just in the force with the rest of them.
Absolutely. I mean, while we are outnumbered by the men in the force, there are still women in very high positions, and the men are answerable to them. So it just felt amazing to actually play one of those characters where, and not just in this milieu, across, if you notice now, women are in very, what can I say, positions where they're taken seriously.
Yeah.
And they have to be taken seriously. So to just be able to play that is amazing, because I feel the times have changed. And like you rightly pointed out, I come from the 90s, but the content that we're churning out today allows, or rather the egalitarian world, or rather even the society that we're living in now is more responsive and ready, I guess, for characters like this. So I'm just happy that filmmakers are really, pushing the envelope, and it's amazing to get these opportunities, now, roles being written for women.
Yeah.
So it's a great time for cinema and for actors.
Also the fact Rohit Shetty is the king of excesses. Everything is larger than life. Everything is over the top. What was it like? And also, we see a certain swag in you as well. It's not only reserved for the men. She's also walking with her swag, and So what was that like, working with him and collaborating with him? It's your first time collaboration with him also,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's my first. It should have happened 14 years ago, but at that time, unfortunately, things didn't work out.
Golmaal.
Yes. But I'm happy. Der aaye, durust aaye. Yes, so when I don't agree with the fact that when Rohit shoots, it's all in excess. I think he takes that cinematic liberty for his audiences. He wants to, I think, give his audiences their money's worth. So it's aspirational, and I think that's how I also approach my work. Like when people come in to see a Shilpa Shetty, whether it be on television or on big screen, I have to play the part.
Yeah.
But actors are aspirational, and you have to make it worthwhile for your audiences to want to invest that time in you. So I think it's just that thought process, and I think it's a whole 90s thing maybe, that while acting and all that is great, but that certain star quality comes in when you give in that little more. Saying that this is his first in terms of a web series, and for me to be part of that, I think the approach was very different from his movies, saying that there were no corners cut, and we were really clear, and in no way is this any smaller than a movie.
Absolutely.
It's a series, it's an Amazon original. So you can imagine the amount of time and effort and grandeur to this project. And I just feel so elated to be able to be part of something like this.
And it's funny you said the star quality. You come from a time when we had the superstars, because your first film, none of you were accessible. I mean, the thing is getting. Now that's gone. What do you and also like with Bazigar, it was your and Shah Rukh's, you stepped into stardom, both of you. But it's just kind of gone. What do you think is that? What do you think is the reason? Is it we are overexposed? And because you've seen the change over the decades.
I don't know. I think some of us do enjoy it. I think the ones that come from the 90s, we're still looked at differently.
Yes, that's true.
90s was gold. I'm not taking away from what the younger lot brings to the table, but it's unfortunate that I think this time and age and the actors now are spreading themselves too thin, because not just them, even me. I come from the 90s and I'm all over the place, on different mediums, trying to appease the audiences, not just through my work on celluloid, but through all the other platforms. And I think that's just the way to be. Also, we are kind of inviting more people to be privy to what we're doing in our personal lives. And I think that's the one thing that was different from 20 years ago to now.
Yeah.
So I think that whole aura has kind of gone. And that's one of the main, I think, differentiators between then and now.
Absolutely. But also for someone who, as you said, you have spread yourself out, also reinvented yourself constantly. Was it tough then to break perceptions than is it now?
Breaking perceptions in what way?
I mean, you get stereotyped because now here you've done a Suki, you are doing this. Tomorrow you'll be playing maybe
my next outing is KD and it's crazy. So no, it doesn't. Like I said, it's a great time to be an actor in today's cinema, because you can see an influx of actors being recognized in this time and age as well, and people who have struggled for over 15 to 20 years, suddenly because OTT has opened up. So you get to see their talent on different streaming platforms, even if they're not churning out as many films in theaters today. It's a very difficult time, but the wonderful thing is, and I think the more positive way to look at it, is that if you're talented, you'll find work and people will find you.
Absolutely. And also the fact that, a lot of actors, I mean, from the 90s and even now the younger ones feel it's important to be on streaming because it's like an alter ego. You can do a lot more. What is your take for somebody who has her name attached to the biggest blockbusters? There were ticket sales and now we are just seeing an absolutely different time.
I think horses for courses, and I play it by ear.
Okay.
So I've not really, I've never approached my work with thinking that, oh, this is something that, you know, that'll work for me. I just take it up if it suits my personality, if it's exciting me enough to want to leave my kids back home and get out and work. Now it's become like that, and also I feel now somewhere I'm feeling a little more confident in my own skin. Imagine, it's taken me 30 years
I
to
mean, you're
say
someone
that.
who's always imparted that confidence to others.
Yeah, but I think somewhere my talent was always undermined, maybe because of my glamorous demeanor. I mean, even if I sound extremely immodest saying that, it is the truth. They always felt that, oh, I'd rather cast a Shilpa Shetty doing, you know, the usual song and dance number and, you know, typecast me than give me a meatier part. And maybe I would have done it better because I am I'm a director's actor.
Yeah.
And it's not like I haven't done films like that. You know, Fir Milenge, I've had Life in a Metro. I did a successful blockbuster like Dhadkan.
Yeah.
But I think I also became a little choosy, and maybe then, you know, the offers started drying up. But today it's a great time because, you know, there are more parts written for women and stronger parts written for women. And I feel now filmmakers have not just the gumption but also the budgets, you know, to make female-oriented films. So saying that, I'm not always looking for female-oriented films. I find it a tad bit boring because I am an entertainer, and I am where I am because of you know, me being part of entertaining cinema as well. But I love doing a Sukhi, you know, because for me that wasn't just a part. For me, the film actually, I felt, played a huge catalyst in bringing about a certain awareness to women who kind of felt the lack of self-worth. So for me, I look at the bigger picture and I make my choices depending on where I am at that time.
You know, you're so candid, and as you spoke about when the offer started drying up, you went to that house of Big Brother.
Yes.
And what was that phase like? Yeah, because for any actor, you know, because you've always been in the spotlight, it can be a little, but to have that confidence and then strike back.
I don't think it was confidence, it just came from boredom. I was just so saturated with just doing the same thing, and I think it was also pretty much when I was kind of not very happy. I was just doing Apne and Life in a Metro. I was still filming at the time, and I remember telling Anurag, you know, I've got this offer, it's an international show. I'll be out in a week, so don't worry, I'll come and join you back. He's like, yeah, okay, go. 3.5 weeks, I not just stayed on, I just won the show and my life changed. And then Ronnie, who was producing the film, they were so kind that they waited for me for nearly a month and a half, 2 months, to film. And then that was the first film to actually go and be premiered at Leicester Square in the UK. So every film comes with, you know, its own destiny.
Yeah, and Shilpa Shetty was a household name.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Acha, now since we're talking cops, ऐसा कौन सा डायलॉग है हिंदी फिल्मों का कॉप वाला जो हमेशा आपको लाइक मैं भी कभी बोलूँगी और हैज़ ऑलवेज स्टेड विद यू? एक होता है ना कॉप्स का डायलॉग.
कॉप्स का डायलॉग, अबे इसमें बहुत अच्छा वाला है.
बताओ.
कहाँ है वो? I love that line. कॉप्स हमेशा यही बोलते हैं ना, कहाँ है वो?
सही में. और बिफोर आई स्टार्ट आस्किंग यू सम कॉप डायलॉग्स, हु इज द ओजी कॉप ऑफ ऑल टाइम other than you?
Amit ji. He's always been my. He is the OG. I mean, you know, there's no one who can surpass.
I agree
his
with
talent.
that angry young man, and you're also giving those kind of vibes.
Angry young woman.
Hungry young woman. समय थोड़ा motivation आया था, कहाँ है वो आदमी?
है ना?
And वो कुर्सी पे मत बैठो जब तुमको. Okay, so I'm going to ask you, झक मारती है पुलिस, उतार कर फेंक दो ये वर्दी और पहन लो बलवंत राय के नाम का पट्टा अपने गले में. कौन सी पिक्चर है?
ये पता है मुझे. बलवंत राय. This is Sunny Deol, na?
हाँ.
Yeah.
Oh wow, she's got it.
Damini? No. What is that film of his? Oh God, I'm terrible with films. I've forgotten.
Ghayal.
Ghayal. Oh God. Yeah, Ghayal. How can I forget Sunny?
But you said Sunny Deol immediately.
I remember Balwant Rai. I remember Amrish Puri's face.
ये तो easy है. Dawn का इंतजार तो 11 मुल्कों.
Dawn.
Of course. हम हिंदुस्तानी पुलिस वाले जहन्नुम तक उस शख्स का पीछा नहीं छोड़ते जो इस वर्दी की बेइज्जती करता है. ये आपके को-स्टार का है. मैं आपको क्लू भी दे रही हूँ. आपने उनके साथ एक ट्रायंगल वाली पिक्चर की थी जिसका नाम आपने अभी लिया है.
अक्षय की है?
नहीं.
सुनील शेट्टी की है?
हाँ.
मुझे अपने पिक्चरों के डायलॉग्स याद नहीं.
चलो दे देते. दिल वाले.
दिल वाले?
ओके.
हैरी बवेजा की पिक्चर थी नहीं?
हाँ?
हैरी बवेजा की पिक्चर थी.
हाँ. मुझे तो सब पुलिस वालों की सूरतें एक जैसी लगती हैं.
ये किसी को भी नहीं पता है.
आपके ओजी ने शोले में बोला था.
ओह ला, रियली?
मैंने भी अपना रिसर्च कर लिया.
How could I not know this line? यार शोले
होता है.
Cult, yeah.
वो तो है. But lastly, how different was playing her in comparison to the other police walis that you police, because she's a police officer. She's not a woman. She's a police person. You know. Yeah. What was it like different?
Tara Shetty is actually part of. She heads the Gujarat ATS, and then she's transferred. You'll see. I can't divulge too much. But yes, I think playing a cop in Rohit's copverse is different and comes with an edge because there's a lot of expectation. One, he set the benchmark really high. Two, and he's projected me like a hero. You know, like you said, with the same amount of swag. मुझे ऐसे लगा ही नहीं कि सिद्धार्थ को अलग तरीके से शूट किया गया और मुझे अलग तरीके से या विवेक को अलग तरीके. सबकी एंट्रीज ऐसी धांसू तरीके से शूट हुई है. And I like I said before, and I reiterate that he was honest to the person wearing the uniform and not the gender.
Awesome.
So it was nothing but a huge opportunity and a compliment to be part of Indian Police Force.
Awesome. And what was the Shetty vibe like? The Shettys and Shettys.
Mad. एक से भले दो.
But thank you so much. I just had one question. Like I was talking Shah Rukh, like you, he's also reinvented. What makes him the ultimate superstar?
Shah Rukh.
Yeah.
I think he's very aware. It's important for an actor to be aware of what his strengths or her strengths are, and you know where you can improve, and you have to be a little street smart. And I think Shah Rukh is not just a superstar; he's also someone with great acumen.
Yeah.
So I think his sensibilities have kind of helped him decide on where he wants to take himself. Yeah, look at him. He's amazing.
And look at Shilpa Shetty. So what is that one X factor that defines Shilpa Shetty that the others don't have?
You tell me.
Just being Shilpa Shetty.
Yeah, I think I'm authentic.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can love me, you can hate me, but you can't ignore me now.
Absolutely. On that note, well done. Keep kicking ass, as they say, and keep playing the badass.
The badass with a good ass. That's the end of this interview.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. We're done?
Super.
If you've liked this interview, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.